Now on Coast TV News.
We've dried out a little bit from the weekend rain, but more is on the way with a system brewing to our south off the Carolina coast and more rain to come this week. I'll break down the impacts and rain totals coming up.
Beach Patrol Progress, we look at the next steps in the Rehoboth Beach project and what it means for that part of the boardwalk area.
Solutions for the shoreline, Dewey Beach seeking to partner with an environmental group to tackle erosion and flooding challenges.
State of the First State, John Carney preparing to give the address this week in his final year as governor.
This is Coast TV News Today.
And welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Paige Marley. It's Monday, March 4th, 2024.
We've been talking about some fog patches this morning. I think most of those are on the back roads.
Okay.
I just checked with several Del.Doc cameras from Rehoboth Beach all the way to Laurel. It doesn't appear that the big roadways are dealing with fog.
Yeah, I didn't see too much on my back roads coming in, like the Milton area. What I did see, because I didn't park in my garage this morning, was more just like moisture on my car. Definitely had to turn the, what's it called when you turn the heat on, the defroster?
Yes.
Yeah, even though it wasn't frost. It was just
to get rid of it.
You know what I'm talking about, like cold water, if you will. Wasn't cold enough for frost, I would imagine. But we're going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahi. Bob, do we sound like we know what we're talking about this morning?
Absolutely. You guys, you're like scientists. Yes, we are looking at kind of the heavy dew this morning, areas of fog. It could have been worse, the fog, had the skies cleared out, but they didn't. And visibility is 10 miles in Ocean City, Salisbury, and Georgetown. That said, we're still looking at some areas of patchy fog, especially inland areas, so watch out for that this morning. Temperatures in the 40s, so yes, we don't need the ice scraper. Nothing frozen out there as the winds are calm, but they'll be picking up out of the east today as we're going to start to increase the clouds, and they're thickening farther south in response to this system spinning off the North Carolina coast, and that will be spreading rain to the north as we go through the day. But this morning we'll see that fog dissipate. It gets mild late morning, lower 60s inland, 40s and 50s farther east. Then the clouds thicken up, the winds pick up into the afternoon, and here comes the rain. 3:30 Berlin, Ocean City, Fenwick Island, and then it overspreads the entire area by this evening. So looking pretty wet for your evening commute and for your ferry ride later on. But the ferry ride between now and noon is not bad. We'll see some sunshine, some clouds, the winds picking up, and temperatures in the 40s and 50s becoming cloudier and rainier later in the day.
Bob, and we begin in Rehoboth Beach where more changes are being considered. Some of those changes is the effort to bring more money into the city. Today, city commissioners are considering shortening your time to appeal a parking ticket from 30 days to 7 days. They will also review a plan to raise property tax rates and wastewater rates. City claims it is short nearly $4 million for their planned budget of $37 million for the next fiscal year.
Also today in Rehoboth Beach, construction of the new Beach Patrol station continues. A crane was brought out to Rehoboth Beach last week to that construction site. It'll be used for some construction that begins today. The city says a part of the boardwalk will be closed off and access to the boardwalk from Baltimore Avenue will be closed. City also saying this creates parking restrictions in the area from Rehoboth Avenue to Baltimore Avenue.
Heading over to Lewis and happening tonight, the city will hold a public hearing on several ordinances. One is the change to its outdoor noise rules. This would allow restaurants to play background music. That's what it's focused on, not live music. Another hearing is about a new rule to protect trees during building construction.
And staying in Lewis, Lewis Board of Public Works set to begin its fire hydrant flushing. That work for the city side will take place April 3rd, and then April 4th will be for the beach side. The department says this may cause low water pressure or some discolored water. If that happens, just run some cold water until it runs clear.
In Milton, town officials could take action tonight on a property for proposed housing. It's called Scarlet Oaks, and if it is annexed into the town, it would connect the homes to the town services such as police and fire. It spans 50 acres at the corner of Shingle Point Road and Harbison Road, and it is set to be developed into a community with 163 units. Council says they will also revisit a proposed ordinance that would allow the sale of alcoholic beverages at nonprofit events. Action could also occur on the future of art crosswalks at Federal Street and Mulberry Street.
Of course, here on the coast, we're very lucky. We have some beautiful views. We live close to the beach, but it's not always fantastic because with that comes flooding and erosion problems. Dewey Beach now looking for a solution on the bay side of town at Dagsworthy Street and McKinley Avenue. The town says the Center for Inland Bays is looking to build a living shoreline, that's a barrier made of natural materials, to stop flooding. One business owner on Dagsworthy says help with flooding is desperately needed.
I mean, people park on our street to visit all of the businesses. Every morning it just gets flooded. People go to the beach, people go, they walk up to the starboard, they go to the rudder, they go everywhere. And when that's flooded, that's just a major resource that can't be used. So it just affects the whole town, not necessarily just my business at all.
And the town says hopefully this time next year, the Living Shoreline project will be underway. And then the next steps would be to fix Sunset Park, which sits at the end of Dagsworthy Street, destroyed by erosion.
This morning, a Maryland man facing charges after police say he tried to steal a car in Georgetown Friday night. Delaware State Police say they arrested 18-year-old Dradko Wiggins from Aberdeen. Around 8:40 p.m., troopers responded to a call about someone trying to steal a car on Zor Road. And when they arrived at the home, they found the owner of the car and Wiggins in the driveway. According to state police, the owner came out of her house when she heard her car's horn and found Wiggins in the driver's seat. Wiggins was charged with 5 crimes, including criminal trespass.
New information this morning, Delaware State Police have released the name of the woman who died in a car crash in Georgetown. This was on February 29th. Police say 34-year-old Maria Nizchalel from Georgetown died when her car collided with a truck on Shortley Road. Officials say the road was closed for about 6.5 hours while the scene was investigated and then cleared. Delaware State Police Collision Reconstruction Unit is continuing to investigate this incident.
On Tuesday, Delaware Governor John Carney is set to deliver his final State of the State address. Carney's office says that 15 minutes before the address, the first state he addresses that, the General Assembly will meet in a joint session. Carney is scheduled to give his speech at Legislative Hall in Dover at 2 p.m., and the speech will be live streamed on the governor's YouTube channel. Final sprint is on heading into Super Tuesday for Republican voters. And in more than a dozen states, they head to the polls in about 24 hours.
Yeah, it's coming up quick. While former President Trump edging closer to a rematch with President Biden, former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley not giving up. She's celebrating her first primary win in the nation's capital, making her the first woman to ever win a Republican primary. Bree Jackson shows us how the candidates are now gearing up for Super Tuesday.
Voice is loud. Come on, Raleigh.
The countdown to Super Tuesday is on.
So if you want to save America, then go vote. Remember, the primary is Tuesday.
As long as we are competitive, as long as we are showing that there is a place for us, I'm going to continue to fight.
Former President Trump has dominated the Republican contest so far. Despite that, Nikki Haley vows to push ahead, saying she no longer feels bound by the RNC pledge to endorse Trump if he does become the nominee.
No, I think I'll make what decision I want to make, but that's not something I'm thinking about.
On Tuesday, voters across more than a dozen states will weigh in, with more than 800 delegates up for grabs. The former UN ambassador is looking to build momentum after picking up her first primary win Sunday in the nation's capital. I spoke with Republicans about what's at stake for the party.
I think under Trump we had a stellar economy and our military was strong and useful and our border was secure, or at least in the process of becoming more secure.
I think Nikki Haley might have a better chance of getting a coalition together to beat Trump and get the nomination, which would be very important.
I think we are definitely going to be a stronger party if the votes stay in and we have this process play out.
Tuesday could be make or break for Haley's campaign as she looks to stop former President Trump's march to the GOP nomination. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
Former President Trump picked up more victories as well over the weekend with wins in Michigan, Idaho, and Missouri.
Well, we're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Page coming up, fundraising to fight cancer. We'll show you how these two girls are working towards fighting a disease that impacts so many people.
Also, Boeing to buy one of its suppliers. We're telling you how the deal could be related to the planes recently grounded after a mid-air scare.
And sky-high baggage fees, which airlines charge the most for your belongings, all that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Our goal at Expert Wire is to provide a wide range of quality electrical services with the highest standard of safety and excellence. In the world of wires and watts, Expert Wire is leading the charge for your home EV solutions. Get the fastest charging options at home for your electric vehicle. Remember, leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day. Full details online at expertwire247.com or call 844-350-WIRE.
Draper Media seeks a detail-oriented overnight operations technician. This crucial role involves monitoring and managing over-the-air and content, plus quality control. Successful candidates are proactive problem solvers with knowledge in broadcasting systems like Grass Valley Ignite and Sony ELC. This position requires night, early morning, and weekend shifts. Apply today at drapermediajobs.com. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
Don't miss the free Health, Fitness, and Leisure Expo, March 9th at Cape and Lupin High. Bring the family and tell your friends. Admission is free. A full array of health, fitness, and leisure products, fitness centers, physical therapy, health food, home products and services, and even water sports. BB Healthcare will be providing free health screenings. Don't miss the free Health, Fitness, and Leisure Expo, March 9th, 9 to 4 at Cape and Lupin High.
From empty nester to first home, Accessible Home Builders does it all.
It was great working with Scott at Accessible Builders. He called us every Monday and asked us to come over to the house at each step of the way during the construction of our home.
It was pretty unique working with Scott because not only is he the owner, but he was working in here hands-on with his employees and really just trying to make our vision come to life.
Design your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
We're seeing mostly cloudy skies on our Monday morning. Not seeing any fog right now in our Bay Health cam in Milford. 47 degrees right now, but patchy fog, well, might be in your backyard, so watch out for that. 44 in Georgetown now, Delmar 44, 48 in Salisbury, so at least we're not scraping frost as we're looking at light winds and visibility 10 miles, Georgetown, Salisbury, and Ocean City, but still some patchy fog. We are seeing clouds increasing from the south, and eventually we're going to see rain building in. We're seeing that rain developing off the North Carolina coast right now. But if you're going for a run this morning, we're dry. We're looking at sunshine with increasing clouds, temperatures in the 40s and 50s and 60s later this morning into early afternoon, then falling temperatures and the rain breaks out later today.
If you see some smoke in the Milton area this week, you shouldn't be alarmed. That's starting on Tuesday. The Nature Conservancy will be conducting a prescribed burn on the Edward H. McCabe Preserve along Round Pole Bridge Road. The burn window will open until April 30th. According to the Conservancy, these controlled burns are carefully planned and implemented, and the burns provide a management tool in maintaining the habitat at McCabe Preserve. Traffic update in Ocean View. Lane closures are now in effect on Muddy Neck Road from Garfield Parkway to Atlantic Avenue and Double Bridges Road from Bayard Road to Muddy Neck Road. This runs until May 1st. DelDOT says crews are creating a walking route for pedestrians. They're also doing some paving work there. Look out for shoulder and intermittent lane closures in Selbyville. DelDOT says road repairs are happening on Route 113 between Clendaniel Avenue and the Gumboro Road starting March 11th, and this will last through the end of June. DelDOT says it will be installing electronic roadside signs on the median of Route 1 in Lewis. That will be a little south of Postal Lane and Melson Road, and on the median on Route 1 at Oakwood Street. The agency says we'll start this week, and it will require lane closures on Route 1 for workers to access the median.
Some sticker shock for airline passengers. Experts say passengers are shelling out more bucks to check their baggage. Beginning later this month, United Airlines will be charging passengers $80 to check one bag for a round-trip flight. Just last week, American Airlines rose its luggage fees by $5. JetBlue and Alaska Airlines have also announced fee increases this year. On the bright side, Southwest, they do not charge for checking bags. Delta does charge, but they have not increased that price since 2018. A deal between Boeing and Spirit would actually bring Spirit full circle. It was part of Boeing until the manufacturer spun it off in 2005, but quality control issues at Spirit have hurt Boeing. Spirit makes the fuselage of the 737 MAX. An initial report from the National Transportation Safety Board found that the jet that was involved in January's Alaska Airlines door plug blowout left Boeing's factory with 4 bolts missing, but they were removed because the fuselage sent by Spirit came to the Boeing factory with those problems already.
We're seeing sunrise in 12 minutes and brightening skies, Boardwalk Plaza Cam. Some breaks in the overcast. A little hazy, but not foggy along the coast. Maybe a little foggy where you are. Grab the umbrella out the door for later today and continuing into Tuesday. In fact, much of the week with more rounds of rain on the way this week. I'll track it on a Futurecast in 2 minutes.
At Draper Media, we offer more than TV and radio advertising. We reach your customers wherever they are, at the gas pump, in bars and restaurants, driving around Delmarva, in a taxi or rideshare at the beach, on social media, or searching for products and services, checking their email, and listening to podcasts or streaming video. Let our team build a plan that best fits your business. Email Frank Hamilton today.
Mark your calendars for Runway, a formal style fashion show, Sunday, April 21st at the Rehoboth Beach Convention Center. Prepare to be dazzled by stunning looks from Rehoboth's finest boutiques, live music and entertainment, plus champagne and hors d'oeuvres. Tickets are $50 and are available now. Treat yourself to a fun and stylish evening you won't soon forget. For more information, visit Rehoboth Beach Main Street's Facebook page.
Get ready for the opening of Jolly Roger Amusement Park. This will be our last sale before the season starts. Visit us online at jollyrogerpark.com to buy your discounted passes for the summer. And check out the passes for all of our parks from March 1st to March 28th. Use special code JOLLYBEAN2024 to save 25% off all passes and merchandise. Make 2024 another Jolly Roger Park summer.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Welcome the new season with a deep cleaning by Stanley Steamer. Our certified technicians will renew your carpets, air ducts, upholstery, tile floors, and more, clearing away the dust and debris. We clean using powerful proprietary equipment and family-safe cleaning solutions to leave your space looking and feeling fresh. Call or go online to schedule your professional cleaning with Stanley Steamer today.
.618 on this Monday morning, and in the middle of your screen, we have a live look there at Rehoboth Beach just before sunrise. So a good look there of what's going on. Bob, you have a traffic light week this week. I think you have yellow alerts, red alerts. You got alerts all over the place.
That 7 and 10 day extended forecast, Matt, was lit up like a Christmas tree. We've got alerts pretty much every other day as we go through the week ahead. Make sure you scan the QR code right there. That will get you to the Coast TV weather app. Important to have that with the rounds of rain that are on the way. We've got a rainy week ahead, and some of that rain could be possibly heavy at times. And the bigger system comes later in the week, late Wednesday into Thursday. I think we're looking at heavier rain and gusty winds as we're looking at a red alert into Thursday. It's a yellow alert on Tuesday, and then again on Saturday with a wet weekend. And this could possibly be the strongest system of all three as we go into the weekend. But right now, not stormy. We're looking at temperatures in the 40s out the door, so at least we're not scraping the frost. So temperatures are pretty tolerable. And we're seeing light winds as well, and possibly a little bit of fog out there, especially inland areas. But we're seeing the clouds mainly increasing now from south to north across the area as we're watching rain now spinning off the North Carolina coast. Elizabeth City's getting it right towards the outer banks of North Carolina. And here's the center of low pressure, and that will be tracking due north, so that will spell a rainy time for us later today into tonight and early Tuesday. Here's Futurecast this morning. I think we'll see some sun and some clouds, and temperatures warming up pretty quick. Lower 60s by noon for Delmar back through Seaford. The easterly winds are picking up, a little cooler back to the east. Clouds thicken up mid-afternoon, and here comes the rain about 3-4 o'clock, and then it becomes steady city this evening, and you see some of these yellow areas maybe heavier at times as we go into the evening hours. 11 p.m. still pretty rainy, strong easterly winds, maybe a little gap in the steady rain late tonight, and then Tuesday morning still some showers as low pressure is moving through. That may be drying out a little bit by tomorrow afternoon, maybe a little bit of sunshine, but that's short-lived because we have another stronger system headed our way as we go Wednesday night into Thursday morning, and this one is going to have some heavier rain and stronger winds with it. That's why we have a red alert on Thursday. Then that system starts to move out. We get a little break into Friday, and then here comes Saturday for the weekend, another system, and this one could actually be the strongest of the three with more heavier rain later Saturday on into Sunday. So it just spells out a very rainy time as we go through time. We're looking at about maybe a half inch to 1 inch with the first round, and then later in the week we're going to tack on more, and before it's all said and done, maybe a total of 3 inches or so by the weekend. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 60 today, the yellow alert Tuesday for the rain 57, 58 Wednesday, rain later Wednesday, and then Thursday with the red alert for more wind and rain, a more intense system Thursday. Dries out Friday, and then more of that weekend rain. Remember, the clocks go ahead 1 hour Saturday night as we move back to daylight saving time.
Bob, thank you. Hey, just in case you haven't heard yet, Coast TV has a brand new Facebook page. You can follow us for exclusive content, interactive discussions. Just visit our new page. You can do that by going to facebook.com/CoastTVNBC. You can also scan that QR code right there to stay connected with us.
In an attempt to make Seaford greener, Delaware state officials are giving the city over $75,000 of taxpayer money. This is to pay for solar lighting equipment for 52 streetlights in the city. State officials are making some claims with this, saying it will improve energy efficiency along with reducing carbon emissions and saving on energy costs.
Fenwick Island trying to make their town better for its people. That's a good thing, of course. Town has recently adopted its 2024 comprehensive plan after working on it for 2 whole years. It covers everything from street safety, beach and dunes, coastal flooding, community development, and more. The plan will be in effect after Governor Carney signs it for approval.
Transportation solutions for Sussex County, that is the focus of an upcoming public meeting. According to DelDOT, the Coastal Corridors Committee will provide updates on its study on March 19th in Milton. Goal of the study is to find transportation solutions for certain congested or potentially congested east and west routes in Sussex County. The meeting is taking place at the Mariner Middle School cafeteria.
The environmental group Sussex Preservation Coalition is holding a free public meeting coming up March 12th. The group is dedicated to protecting the environment and open space. This is also the group that's currently against the proposed Cool Spring Crossing development. The meeting will be focusing on DelDOT's lessons from the 5 points and coastal corridor studies and the plans for Route 9 improvements. Their meeting is set for 7 to 8:30 p.m. at the Lewis Library.
Up next on Coast TV News Today, fundraising to fight cancer. We'll show you how long 2 local students have been working towards raising money towards fighting a type of cancer. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
NBC News Daily, weekdays at 1 on Coast TV.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care and women's health services to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
It all started with a food truck and a dream of bringing excellent street food to our community. That dream became Tiki Jack's as we know it today. From mouth-watering street tacos to our signature sandwiches and street-inspired entrees, Tiki Jack's is the ultimate destination for comfort food by the shore. Whether you're dining out with family or looking for a fun night out with friends, stop by Tiki Jack's at Rehoboth Beach today for all your street eats and brews.
Delmarva Sports Network is on the lookout for a social media promotions producer. Manage our digital scene and craft content that captures the spirit of local sports. Successful candidates have at least 5 years of experience and a passion for sports to produce thrilling videos that engage and inspire. Join our team and make a difference in how sports stories are told. Apply today at DraperMediaJobs.com. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
bring the mat to your living room. From the first takedown to the last pin, high school wrestling lives here on Delmarva Sports Network. Local teams, big dreams. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV. Download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
2 local high school students have been working to fight blood cancer. Emma Mullen and Brianna Sorty are juniors at Sussex Academy. They're in their 3rd year of raising money and spreading awareness for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. This year, they're acting as fundraising team leaders.
This campaign is really all about making a positive change in the world, and we both know what it's like to lose loved ones, and not necessarily to blood cancer, but in other cancers and other things in general. So once we saw this opportunity to help people and help make a change, we kind of thought that it was just something that would be good to experience, and it would make us feel better, knowing that we're helping people out there and that we're making a difference.
And so far, the girls have raised about $3,000 through events like Dine and Donates, and they're hoping to raise another $2,000 by the March 7th deadline.
First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey joins us again. And at least when we're looking at the weather today, Paige and Bob can't really complain about temperatures in the 50s for the 4th day of March.
Nope.
No, you cannot. I'll take these milder conditions any day. We don't have to scrape the frost for sure. Now, we're dry this morning, but we've got the rain building in this afternoon, so grab the rain gear out the door. 62 in Seaford and Laurel, so it's warmer farther inland. You get closer to the coast and it's colder. Ooh, only 50 in Rehoboth today, 59 in Millsboro. Eastern Shore, not bad for you. 64 in Easton, Federalsburg 64, Vienna 64. And then farther south, along the coast, the rain's building in. 50 is Ocean City into Chincoteague, but lower 60 is Princess Anne into Salisbury. And as I've been talking about, we've got rounds of rain on the way for the week ahead. A slew of, yellow alerts and a red alert as well. More on that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you. Also coming up after the break, as Super Tuesday approaches, GOP candidates fighting for the hearts and minds of voters. We're showing you what Nikki Haley is saying about her historic primary win against Donald Trump.
After this crane arrived at Rehoboth Beach last week, the city is expected to start another part of the construction project on the new beach patrol station. We'll tell you about the restrictions put in place while crews work.
And Rehoboth to review several proposals that could impact how much you pay to visit the city. We'll tell you what could change as Coast TV News Today continues.
When you're at the beach, the priority is having fun with your family. And when you got a full house, let us handle the food and bring Bethany Blues to you. From our award-winning barbecue to specialty dishes and family-style options, we have something special for your group. Let Bethany Blues bring the good times home to you.
Take your seat for the 8th Annual Ocean City Film Festival, March 7th through 10th. Enjoy 100 independent films and meet the people who made them. We're welcoming the legendary John Waters, live on stage with his Hairspray movie at the Ocean City Performing Arts Center on March 9th. Tickets start at just $59. Come on down and stay in an oceanfront hotel room starting at only $89 per night. Discover how to fest and get your passes at ocmdfilmfestival.com.
Don't miss the free Health, Fitness, and Leisure Expo, March 9th at Cape and Lupin High. Bring the family and tell your friends. Admission is free. A full array of health, fitness, and leisure products, fitness centers, physical therapy, health food, home products and services, and even water sports. BB Healthcare will be providing free health screenings. Don't miss the free Health, Fitness, and Leisure Expo, March 9th, 9 to 4 at Cape and Lupin High.
20 years ago, Farmers Bank of Wheelers opened branches to serve Ocean City and West OC. Now, we're making it official with permanent locations to better serve our customers in Worcester County. While other banks are closing branches, we're banking on Ocean City's future. Sure, we have a world-class app, but sometimes there's no substitute for helpful, friendly people. Announcing our grand opening on 87th Street, North Ocean City, and coming in 2024, West OC on Route 611. Switch to the Farmers Bank of Wheelers, where people matter.
This is Coast TV News Today.
Monday, March 4th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Penson. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
It is 6:30 a.m. on this Monday. This is the time of year I start to do my power washing.
Okay.
I need it. Doesn't appear as if I'll be able to get to much of that this week. I like to do it in the afternoons.
Yeah.
And afternoons looking a little rough this week.
Maybe if it rains hard enough, it'll power wash for you.
A man can dream, Paige.
Only right where your
Nature's
fence is.
power wash.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be delightful.
That would be nice. I've actually been trying to plan like my car wash.
Yeah.
But I think I just will leave it outside.
Same with it. Like
Yeah.
this, I was going to do it Friday, but well, it's going to rain Saturday.
Right.
Then
Maybe the rain will help us.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bob. Let's bring back in Bob
Thanks,
now.
Bob.
This is maybe the glass half full we needed, Bob.
So now you're thanking me for all the rain that's on the way. Yeah, let Mother Nature do the power washing for you, Matt, especially by Thursday. I've been wanting to seed, and that's going to be a problem, and you'll probably have to hold off until next week when things do start to dry out. But until then, we are looking at a rainy pattern. This morning, we're looking at temperatures in the 40s, pretty mild out the door, kind of dewy, maybe a little bit of patchy fog as we're seeing light winds. Visibility right now showing 10 miles across the area, but we are seeing areas of patchy fog as we're seeing, we'll call it partly to mostly cloudy skies as clouds are increasing from the south, and we're watching rain off the North Carolina coast right now. Here's low pressure, and this will be moving due north, and that will push the rain in here later this afternoon. So I think we see some sunshine this morning. The fog lifting, temperatures warming in the 50s to low 60s late morning. Farther west, cooler to the east. Clouds thicken up this afternoon. Here comes the rain, 3:30, seeing the rain building out of Maryland into Delaware, and it's going to be a wet dinner hour and evening on the way. Here is your drive cast, the yellow light this morning for the morning commute for patchy fog, and then again the yellow light this evening for rain picking up, especially into the evening.
Bob, in Rehoboth Beach, more changes being considered, some in the effort to bring more money to the city. Today, city commissioners are considering shortening your time to appeal a parking ticket from 30 days to just 7 days. They also plan on reviewing a plan to raise property tax rates and wastewater rates. The city claims they're short by nearly $4 million for their planned budget of $37 million for the next fiscal year.
And we're going to stay in Rehoboth Beach. Construction of the new Beach Patrol Station continues. This crane that we'll show you was brought to Rehoboth Beach last week at the construction site. It will be used for some construction that is scheduled to start today. City says part of the boardwalk will be closed off, and access to the boardwalk from Baltimore Avenue will be closed. There will be parking restrictions in the area from Rehoboth Avenue to Baltimore Avenue due to this project.
Heading over to Lewis now. The city there will be holding a public hearing for 3 different ordinances today. The first is its consideration of changing its outdoor noise rules to allow restaurants to play background music, but not live music. Then officials will be talking about possibly updating the city's zoning laws by clearly defining what materials allow and don't allow water to pass through them. And lastly, officials are addressing a new rule to protect trees during building construction.
In Milton, town officials could take action tonight on a property for proposed housing. It's called Scarlet Oaks, and if it is annexed into the town, it would connect the homes to town services. We're talking about police and fire services. It spans 50 acres at the corner of Shingle Point Road and Harbison Road, and is set to be developed into a community with 163 units. Council says there will also revisit a proposed ordinance that would allow the sale of alcoholic beverages at nonprofit events, and action could also occur on the future of art crosswalks at Federal Street and Mulberry Street.
Another closure going to take place in Georgetown. DelDOT saying State Forest Road between Deer Forest Road and Wilson Hill Road will be closed today to traffic. The closure will last until Wednesday. The agency says this closure is due to the replacement of crossroad pipes.
Now taking a live look at our nation's capital, work is expected in dealing with the aftermath of Hamas's brutal attack on Israel last year.
Yeah, an Israeli war cabinet minister visiting the White House today, and he's expected to talk about a potential ceasefire.
Right, and as Amy Kiley shows us, the U.S. helping negotiate the deal and is urging the parties to accept it.
Let's get a ceasefire.
The White House is increasing pressure on Israel and Hamas to stop fighting, at least temporarily.
Let's reunite the hostages with their families, and let's provide immediate relief to the people of Gaza.
After that speech yesterday, the vice president is hosting Israeli War Cabinet Minister Benny Gantz today. They're expected to discuss a possible 6-week ceasefire and hostage deal. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is set to meet with Gantz tomorrow.
It is time for the president to use all the leverage that he has to get a long-term ceasefire.
The U.S., Egypt, and Qatar are helping work out the deal. The U.S. wants an agreement by the start of Ramadan Sunday. Hamas has negotiators in Cairo for talks, but Israel didn't send a delegation yesterday. It says it wants some hostage details first. But Harris says Israel agrees to the deal's general framework. Meanwhile, the humanitarian crisis in Gaza continues.
I have to wait also in a line for hours to use the toilets and to take some food if it's available.
UNICEF says at least 10 children have died in recent days from malnutrition and dehydration. It predicts that number will climb rapidly without more humanitarian access.
We have over 25,000 innocent people who have been killed in the process of rooting out Hamas, and it appears it's going from bad to worse.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
And lawmakers will be working on this without the president today. He's at Camp David working on his State of the Union speech.
Presidential candidate Nikki Haley received her first Republican primary win in Washington, D.C. on Sunday. It is a win her campaign hopes will spark some momentum ahead of Super Tuesday. Haley took 63% of the GOP primary vote. Despite recent primary losses, Haley pledged to stay in the race through Super Tuesday. That's the day 15 states and American Samoa will hold nominating contests where former President Donald Trump holds commanding leads in those polls. Still more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, Sussex County students buzzing into the regional spelling bee. We're telling you one of those students could win if they spell to perfection at the National Spelling Bee.
Yeah, and also Caitlin is queen of the court, a historic mark that was set in college basketball. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Illuminations by Bellaterra. Customize your lighting vision with the only certified outdoor lighting designer in the state of Delaware. Aesthetics and functionality are key components utilized in our designs, increasing property value, beauty, safety, and security. Whether you're adding mood lighting to a patio space or improving visibility, Illuminations by Bellaterra will deliver exceptional lighting installations that will impress every time the sun goes down.
Call today to see how Illuminations by Bellaterra can light up your life.
Look who's cooking for Sussex County Habitat for Humanity. Volunteer chefs from local realtors compete for the best appetizers, entrees, and desserts, and you can try them all. It's an evening of tasty treats, raffles, and door prizes at the St. Jude Parish Center on March 21st at 6 p.m. in Lewis. For more information about the event and to get your tickets, go to sussexcountyhabitat.org. We'll see you, Delmarva, at the Look Who's Cooking Challenge, March 21st in Lewis.
Discover the lodges of coastal Delaware, featuring 2 exceptional communities with one goal: life your way. The life at the Lodge at Truett Homestead is like being on vacation every day, featuring worry-free independent living and unparalleled amenities with the convenience of a monthly rental community. Moving right down the road, experience refreshing coastal living at the Lodge at Historic Lewis, offering independent living, assisted living, and our Compass Memory Care program. Engage in vibrant activities, build lasting connections, and savor each moment. Visit our website or call today to learn how to make the Lodge lifestyle yours.
Whatever your struggle, there's hope. Call Homes for Hope to schedule your same-day appointment.
Just about 6:39, looking at a beautiful sunrise in progress on our Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam 46 in Laurel. Seeing some clouds, fog. Well, we're not seeing a lot of that. Maybe a little bit of patchy fog out the door. Temperatures in the 40s, so we're not scraping frost. The winds are light now, but they will start to pick up out of the east with time. And you can see visibility is pretty good, but maybe some areas of patchy fog inland as clouds are beginning to increase from the south, and we'll see those clouds increasing throughout the day as we're watching low pressure off the Carolina coast. This is moving due due north and will bring us rain later today. Here's your boardwalk forecast, looking at a little bit of fog this morning. Otherwise, temperatures warming through the 40s into the 50s. Remember, another way to get your forecast is the First Alert weather line. Call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by Baird, Mendows, Brockstead, and Federico.
Heading to Berlin now, Delmarva Power's vegetation management contractors will soon begin tree maintenance near power lines. The town says this maintenance is designed to ensure the electrical systems are protected from hazardous limbs and trees that could threaten the equipment. 20 of Sussex County's brightest young spellers hoping for a little LUCK as they take part in the second annual Sussex County Regional Spelling Bee. The competition will send one winner to the Scripps National Spelling Bee in May, where they will compete for the Scripps Cup. And you can see these pictures of last year's competition. The event is set for 1 p.m. March 16th at Sussex Academy in Georgetown.
College basketball scoring mark set in Iowa. Women's superstar Caitlin Clark knocking down this technical free throw. This is in the second quarter. That was the 3,668th point of her career. It's the most any women's or men's player has ever scored. She surpasses Pete Maravich's total that stood for 64 years. Also on Sunday, the 76ers attempting to stay above that cut line for the playoff play-in. Sixers on the road playing the Mavericks. And, hey, the road's been a pretty good place for them this season. The Sixers began the day with a 15-12 record away from Philly. 76ers, they were coming off a win on Friday night. Tyrese Maxey, first quarter, step back, three ball. He got it, and it is Philly up 30-21. Let's go to the third, and we're going to see Kelly Oubre do that. 21 points off the bench for Oubre. Fourth quarter, Tobias Harris knocks down the three and chalk up another roadie for the 76ers. They continue to tread water in the standings, waiting for the possible return of Joel Embiid. Third race of the NASCAR season taking place in Las Vegas, and 32 laps in, Chris Buescher loses his right wheel. That's going to hurt. His car hits the wall, and it was hard enough to cause damage to the wall, and it did delay the race a bit. Kyle Larson swept all the stages, led for 181 laps, gets the win, his second straight at this track, and he got to celebrate with his children with the 24th win of his career. So Kyle Larson finishes first. Tyler Reddick got right near his bumper in the closing laps, but could not get any closer, settled for second. Another strong finish for defending Cup champ Ryan Blaney. And Ross Chastain started in the back, worked his way to fourth at the end.
Today in your entertainment news, a possible Hollywood sequel that would not make audiences very happy. David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
Hollywood craft union leaders are warning another strike could happen this summer. IATSE, the International Alliance of Theatrical and Stage Employees, and the Hollywood Teamsters Local begin negotiations this week with the studios and streamers group. At a weekend event, Hollywood Teamsters head Lindsay Doherty said, "We will strike if we have to." And National Teamsters President Sean O'Brien said of the studios, if they thought they had a fight last summer, they can't even predict what they have now. Hollywood production is still not back up to full strength after last year's crippling writers and actors strikes.
There's only one man brainless enough to steal from the syndicate.
Thank you, Dick. I don't know what we do without you.
Noel Fielding and Hugh Bonneville star in The Completely Made-Up Adventures of Dick Turpin. As the title implies, the Apple TV Plus series takes a few liberties in its portrayal of the legendary English highwayman.
He's a pacifist, he can't ride a horse, he doesn't know how to fire a gun, and then that was sort of quite a good tension because he's surrounded by these hardened criminals. I think the real Dick Turpin was probably...
not a very nice person at all.
No. So we tried to steer away from the real Dick Turpin.
The Completely Made-Up Adventures of Dick Turpin is now streaming. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Hope you had a great weekend, Delmarva. Here's what's happening Monday at 4 on Coast Life.
Mondays are for laughing. That's why we've got another joke jar coming your way.
And we know the feeling. It can be so hard to get motivated to work out. We have some simple workouts that are going to get you motivated and fit.
And we are spreading the word of inclusion today on Coast Life. That's the Special Olympics Delaware.
All that and more Monday at 4 o'clock on Coast Life.
Looking forward to the joke jar on Coast Life. We are looking at mostly cloudy skies. Got our helmet cam right now. Visibility is good, 44 in Ocean View. Keep the umbrella handy. We're looking at rounds of rain as we go through the week ahead. I'll break down those rounds of rain, the alerts, and tracking on Futurecast coming up after the break.
Since its sellout in London's West End, the Simon & Garfunkel story is now the world's leading theater show.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
A moving and powerful concert featuring all the hits, such as Scarborough Fair, Homeward Bound, Bridge Over Troubled Water, Mrs. Robinson. The Simon & Garfunkel story is a show not to be missed.
March 18th at the Performing Arts Center. Get your tickets now at ococean.com/pack.
Draper Media is searching for a full-time entry-level accountant. Successful candidates should have at least an associate's degree or equivalent experience. Candidates with experience in Sage Intacct will be given preference. It's an extremely detail-oriented job involving problem solving. Join the Draper Media team today as our next accountant with full benefits. Go to drapermediajobs.com to learn more and apply. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
All new Drew.
Life is like a box of chocolates when Drew sits down with Robin Wright. An inside look at her most iconic roles and upcoming projects.
I just cannot wait to get this party started.
Monday at noon on CoastTV.
Download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
Dan Fielding, at your service.
You thought you could come in here like some stretched out wolf blitzer?
The verdict is in. Night Court is outright refreshing.
It's real now.
Melissa Rauch has precision comedic timing.
I am a human chill pill.
As someone who took chill pills in the 80s, you need a new dealer.
And John Larroquette delivers.
They say you can't fight City Hall? Well, I'm not going to fight.
A new Night Court Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
It is 6:46 on your Monday morning. Let's take a live look right now at Laurel Beautiful. There it is, Bob. Unfortunately, just like 20 seconds ago, you were like, it's only Monday. And I'm like, well, yeah, but the weather's, it's just like, Monday, we're looking ahead to rain.
You're saying I'm complaining already.
I'm not saying you're complaining. I'm complaining.
Oh, you're
because of what you told us is happening this week.
Yeah, rounds of rain. But, if it's going to happen during the work week. But then again, it looks like it's going to happen into the weekend as well. So we have got a round of rain on the way. Make sure you scan the QR code right there. And you need the Coast TV weather app all the time, but especially as we head into alert days. And we'll see 3 of those this week, as we'll see a rainy week ahead. And some of that rain could be heavy at times, especially later in the week, later Wednesday, early Thursday. I think that's a bigger system than the system moving in today and tonight. And then we're looking at a wet weekend, and that could be the strongest of the 3 systems with more rain at that time. But right now we're looking at temperatures in the 40s, mostly cloudy skies, not scraping any ice, maybe a little bit of fog inland. But aside from that, it's really not all that bad. We've got a light easterly wind. That wind picks up throughout the day as the clouds are increasing. You can see them thickening up now in our satellite picture. And some rain south and east of Delmarva right now. That will continue to advance to the north as we're seeing this rain off the coast of North Carolina and low pressure right here. And that will continue to move to the north, and that will increase the rain as we go into this afternoon, especially into this evening and tonight. But this morning, some haze, some fog. Otherwise, I think we will see some sunshine this morning. Temperatures quickly rising through the 50s, lower 60s farther west you go. Then you get closer to the ocean, and it's cooler with that easterly wind into the afternoon. Clouds thicken up, rain builds in after 3. It gets steady and maybe moderate at times as we go into this evening. So if you're planning that travel this evening into the overnight, it will be a rainy one. And we see that rain continuing to advance to the north. Maybe a break in the steady rain Tuesday morning, but still kind of showery, pretty murky and cloudy and drizzly. And much of the day is cloudy, maybe some breaks of sun as we go into the afternoon with temperatures into the 50s. And then the second round of rain builds in with a stronger system building in from the southwest. Later Wednesday night into Thursday morning, this one will pack more of a punch with heavier rain and gustier winds. And then that rain will end up as we go through Thursday morning. Friday is looking dry, and very early Saturday is looking dry. And then the next system builds in, perhaps the strongest one, with heavier rain and even some snow on the colder side of this system moving into Sunday, but not for us. And then we finally start to dry it out for sure, for good after that. About a half inch to about an inch of rain with the first round, and then we'll continue to add to that by Thursday morning. Well, a good inch and a half, and maybe ending up with close to 2.5, 3 inches by this weekend. Paul Davis' 7-day forecast is a colorful one. That first alert day, yellow alert Tuesday for a half inch to inch of rain. A break Wednesday, and then more rain later Wednesday, and then Thursday we're looking at the heavier rain and wind with a red alert, and then a yellow alert on Saturday. And remember, the clocks go ahead 1 hour as we go back to daylight saving time.
Thanks, Bob. And for more weather updates, again, Bob mentioned it, but make sure to pull out your phones and scan the QR code for our First Alert Weather app. You can download the app for free to get all the weather updates you need.
In an attempt to make Seaford greener, Delaware state officials are giving the city over $75,000. This grant will fund solar lighting equipment for 52 streetlights in Seaford. State officials say this funding is being given to improve energy efficiency in the city, along with reducing carbon emissions and saving energy costs.
Fenwick Island, in the effort to make its town better for the people, they have recently adopted its 2024 comprehensive plan. They've been working on it for 2 years. It covers everything from street safety to beach and dunes, coastal flooding, community development, and more. The plan will be in effect after Governor Carney signs it for approval.
This is pretty sweet. The Cheer Center offering free ESL and conversational Spanish language classes to people who live in Sussex County and are older than 50. Milton Cheer classes are offered Tuesdays from 6 to 8 p.m. beginning March 12th through June 25th. Harbor Lights Cheer Center in Lewis. That's Thursdays beginning March 14th. Classes will be offered at the Ocean View and Long Neck Cheer Centers as well. Those times still need to be determined.
6:51 on this Monday morning. Time to check in with our coastal pet of the day. Our pets in this case page on your screen right now. We have Riley and Jamie. As you can see, these two dogs, they might have had plans to be out and about for this weekend, but for some reason, they couldn't make it out of their driveway. They were submitted to us by Lisa in Dagsboro.
How sweet. It says Riley wanted to take Jamie for a spin on her birthday. They had no ill intent. They just wanted to go for a drive.
But they didn't have thumbs to press the start button.
Well, it'll get you. That's too bad. Hey, keep sending us those photos. Tell us what makes your pets so special. You can scan that QR code right there on your screen, and then you can submit your furry friends to us. Also, watch weekdays from 5 to 7. You'll see all the pets we feature.
And not a bad morning to take your four-legged friend for a walk, looking at, we'll call it mostly cloudy skies, but a nice sunrise on the beach right now, and a little bit of haze, a little bit of fog. Otherwise, we're looking at, well, more rounds of rain. Keep the rain gear handy, as we'll see 3 rounds of rain this week into next weekend. Then it finally dries out after this weekend. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up after the break.
With this open floor plan, I can really stretch my hamstrings. Feel the burn, Hammy. I could really go for a snack right now. No! Keep exploring. One small step for man, one giant roll for Hammy. So many bedrooms. Never skip leg day. With all this room to run, I feel like the belle of the ball. Hammy is on a roll. Summer body, here I come.
Positive, focused,
supportive, and goal-oriented. These are just a few qualities of coaches who inspire their athletes.
Each month, the Preston Automotive Group will select a coach who makes a difference and make a $500 donation to their organization. Then at the end of the year, 3 of these coaches will receive an extra donation to their program.
Nominate your coach today at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
Delmarva Sports Network Coach Who Makes a Difference. Brought to you by Preston Automotive Group.
Delaware Electric Cooperative is committed to improving the lives of young Delawareans. We're excited to teach elementary students how to be safe around electricity. We're proud to offer scholarships to students looking to further their education. The Co-op's annual summer youth tour gives high schoolers the chance to learn about cooperatives with hundreds of other peers from across the country. And we provide real-world experience to college students through our summer internship program. Young Delawareans are our future, and our co-op is proud to help them achieve their goals.
Not everyone wants a big funeral. For those seeking a simple alternative, the Eastern Shore's most trusted family and funeral service offers another option. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Service is simple and affordable. A direct cremation tribute starts at just $15.95, or choose to have a small visitation service, serving Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia with easy consultation by phone and streamlined electronic documentation. Learn more at easternshorecremation.com. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Services. Simply respectful.
Visit Tyndall's Casual Furniture, where comfort meets style and quality meets affordability. And affordability doesn't mean you have to compromise on quality. We are Delmarva's exclusive dealer for Pollywood, the name you know and trust. Pollywood dining sets start at only $9.95, fully assembled and backed by a 20-year warranty. We're also proud to carry made-in-the-USA brands like Casual Comfort and Telescope Casual. Plus, we have a wide selection of wicker by Northcape, all made with aluminum frames. So shop today with the local experts at Tyndall's Casual Furniture in Laurel and Lewis.
It is 6:54. It's time now for some things you need to know before you go. A deal between Boeing and Spirit would bring Spirit full circle. It was part of Boeing until the manufacturer spun it off in 2005. But quality control issues at Spirit, they've been hurting Boeing. Spirit makes that fuselage of the 737 MAX, and the initial report from the National Transportation Safety Board found that the jet that was involved in January's Alaska Airlines door plug blowout, we all remember that, left Boeing's factory with 4 bolts missing. But they were removed because the fuselage sent by Spirit came to the Boeing factory with those problems.
Now, lane closures in Ocean View now in effect on Muddy Neck Road from Garfield Parkway to Atlantic Avenue and Double Bridges Road from Bayard Road to Muddy Neck Road. This is going to run until May 1st. DelDOT says crews are creating a walking route for pedestrians, and they're also doing paving work. Today in Rehoboth Beach, construction of the new Beach Patrol Station continues. This crane was brought to Rehoboth Beach last week at the construction site, and it will be used for some construction work that will start today. The city says a part of the boardwalk will be closed off, and access to the boardwalk from Baltimore Avenue will be closed. This also creates parking restrictions in the area from Rehoboth Avenue to Baltimore Avenue.
And liftoff, 3 NASA astronauts, 1 Russian cosmonaut, all on their way to the International Space Station.
Here is a look at the SpaceX and NASA launch of Crew Dragon Endeavour capsule. This is Sunday at the Kennedy Space Center. This success follows 2 earlier attempts that were scrubbed due to weather.
They should reach the International Space Station around 3 in the morning on Tuesday. I never get tired of that video. It looks so cool. I'm glad I'm not them, though. Would you ever go to space?
No, I don't think so.
Me either.
I'm happy right here.
I'm going to support them in their journey, and I will stay on my couch. It is 6:56 now. Time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out your door.
Yeah, I got one final check with First Alert meteorologists. We're starting off. This might be the driest part of the week, Bob, actually, right now.
So. Absolutely. This is the driest part of the week, but we'll have those gaps throughout the week. And by the way, never tiring of seeing those launches at night. Beautiful down there, Cape Canaveral. Day part forecast looking at 40s this morning. Mostly cloudy skies, becoming cloudy this afternoon. Here comes the rain, I think, after about 3 p.m. Picks up in intensity into this evening. Our Paul Davis 10-day forecast is a colorful one, as we have the rain tonight lingering into Tuesday, which is a yellow alert for about a ½ inch to an inch of rain. And then more rain later Wednesday into Thursday, which is a red alert for heavier rain and wind. And then a yellow alert for Saturday for more rain as temperatures are in the 50s. Clocks go ahead 1 hour as we go into next weekend. And then finally, drier but cooler as we go into next week.
Thank you, and thank you for joining us on Coast TV News Today.
The Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
We'll be back with Coast TV midday at 11. Stick around.
And for even more news and coverage and countdown, download our Coast TV News and Weather apps. Have a great Monday morning, everybody.